cracking, mi gente? You guys already know this your boy Swag coming to you guys, ready to drop a little love and a little bit of knowledge. For those who don't know me in this channel, my name is Swag Junior. I do have another channel, a different channel called Upstate Rebels, where we're gonna be posting content as well as this. This content here on this platform is gonna be based on a lot on MS, the organization I once belonged to, the people I encountered throughout my career, how I dealt with it, how I became part of the organization, how much did I raise through the ranks, where I landed, where I'm at right now. Go from there. We're also gonna discuss their leaders in El Salvador, their business or dealings they did with a lot of the government. So we're gonna be looking into deep into it. So stay tuned for it. Please make sure you like, you hit that like button, you subscribe, and you leave a comment. Because that's the most important thing. We gotta get the conversation going. What you guys have wanted to see, want to hear more, ask me questions, I will be able to answer. Today, the first video, since this is a channel that's gonna be bringing a lot about my MS history, I'm gonna give you guys a history of MS14. Yes, you guys heard it right, man. MS14. I'm gonna break it down as much as I know, what I know, and the information I gathered throughout the years, and the encounters I had with those people. With that said, man, let's get deep into this MS-13 14 organization. As you guys know, back in the 90s, there was a lot of deportations going on back to our motherland, El Salvador, Guatemala, but mostly El Salvador. During that time, a lot of homeboys did time in the state prison, and some of them in the feds, but a lot of them did time state-wise. Well, homeboys from LA, homeboys from different part of the areas, from Frisco. There was some homeboys from Santa Cruz County. There was a couple of homeboys from different counties. A lot of them did time. One of my homeboys from our clique did time. Frost. Right? And then there was another one named Kid. And there was another individual, his name escaping me, but it was 3 individuals that did time for 20 strictly. And there was 2 other individuals from LA. Now, as you guys are aware, some LA homies, when it comes to northerners, norteños, northern raza, up in California north, whatever you guys want to put in and describe it, when it comes to that section or that group or that organization, a lot of homies from LA feel this way. I ain't got no problem with them. I never had no problems with them because I didn't beef with them. Which is basically the truth. Because the homies down south, they don't really come down here and start fighting frontlining against the norteños. That job is up to the upstaters. Up to the homies that are frontlining. The homies that represent the SUR. Those people are basically the ones that are fighting the war in the streets. And a lot of the homies from LA, they think that they shouldn't beef with these people that they don't know and they had never done nothing to them. So they're not going to do something to them. And that's how it started. Well, when the deportation took place, at that time, we have barely moved to 20th Street and 19th in Valencia, because we used to kick it in 20th and Bryan. And that's where they say so. We are the real Bryanteros come from. We used to talk crap to the dudes from 22nd and Bryan, the norteños, the hot boys. Because every time they would be in Bryan, we used to be like, we are Bryanteros. I mean, we Bryan Street. We made that happen because back in the days in 20th and Bryan, there used to be a soccer court. I haven't seen it, if it's still there, but back then it was. Well, here, this is how MS come about, or at least what I was told. The homies got deported to El Salvador. When they got there, they got together with a lot of their homeboys from down there and basically told them, look, check it out, bro. I'm not feeling the 13. I'm not feeling the SUR program. I'm not liking how they treated us. I'm cool. I don't want to claim the 13. I'd rather claim something else or just be a mess. And there was something that was just coming off. The homeboys were just coming off a green light. This was something of a hot topic type. People were trying to get their opinion because a lot of homeboys felt the same way, but they were afraid to speak up. Kid and Frost, they weren't afraid to speak up. They went and told the homeboys, like, if we go back upstate, we're not claiming the 13, bro. He said they belittle us. They're always sending us a mission. They're always using us to clean up their bullcrap. They paper whooping us, politicking. Them dudes don't even like us. And at that time, we have barely incorporated into the SUR program because back in the 80s and 90s, we used to run Paisa. So the corporation, the homies like, they had the feeling. They weren't feeling it. They were straight. They were like, we should have stayed Paisa. We should have stayed other instead of running with these dudes. These dudes are going to try to run us to the mud. Which it happens and it was true, but that was their opinion. The homeboys from down there, the Salvador told them, look, check it out, fool, we a mess. At the end of the day, we Mara Salvatrucha, that's all that matters. The letters, Mara Salvatrucha. The 13 don't really have a lot to do, it doesn't matter. Basically, at that time, it was just Mara Salvatrucha, period. Well, Frost being the older dude out of the group, he saw an opportunity. He was like, you know what, I can make it happen from here. So he got back to the United States and he landed right there in the mission. While in the mission, he went and got out the homeboys, Tigre, Memo, and a couple other individuals basically, and let them know like, hey, check it out, man. I'm not willing or I'm not down with this MS14 stuff. I mean, with this MS13, I'm not feeling how they treating us in the joint, the SUR guys. They treated us like crap. Buddha can't even have a seat on the tables. And it kind of pissed off a lot of the homeboys. But they had to bite their tongue. Well, Frost didn't. So he started kicking in Bryan, 20th and Bryan, where the old school used to be at. I don't know where we start seeing tags MS14 in a bus, and we're like, what the hell is this? Where did the MS14 come from? Out of nowhere, the homeboys get a call from Frost, and the homie Kid and goes, hey, check it out. We're giving you guys a heads up. From now on, we're banging MS14. It's about the letras. We're still mareros. We're still Mara Salvatrucha. The number is just a situation that fell in our lap. But other than that, we're still banging the mess. That doesn't matter. We're still representing the hood. The hood didn't look at it like that. The hood looked at it like, you guys sold them out, whatever, right? So that's when things start getting interesting. There was a couple of the homeboys and a couple of civilians that Frost and Kid incorporated into their movement. And they were actually with the business. A lot of them dudes were actually with the business. A lot of them dudes used to be like MS14. And they get, what was the blues? I'm not gonna lie. They would slide down, lit us up. We would slide back up, lit them up. They would slide back down, catch one of the homies slipping, and be trying to drown him, but we never lost a homeboy to the hands of a homeboy happened to be a northerner, right? So that's how that war kicked off. The homies would go out to 22nd and Bryan trying to find this dude, and he wouldn't be there. And then when he would try to come down and find us, he would find 5 or 6 of us Sometimes he would stay and fight, but sometimes he just busted you and go back and get a couple of his homeboys, and he would come back and they would start chunking it. Which was fun at that time. You can chunk and you can do whatever you want. That's the right thing to do, because back then it was like chunking, fierros, and gunplay didn't come into place until a little bit later. So we used to have the bulls. Them dudes used to come down there and start whooping on the homies, start beating up on the homies. The reason why I know is because, like I said, I live close to the neighborhood. I came at a certain age. I saw a lot of homies. And the crazy part is a lot of homeboys hold a big old grudge against Frost. Frost was one of the homeboys that used to clack, you know what I mean? A lot. And for now, to sit on the other side and claim 14, the homeboys looked at it like he was a sellout. But his answer was like, I'm not claiming the Norte, homie. Be glad I'm not claiming the Norte, so that should be proper. The war kicked off between us, and then aside from the MS14, the real reason why I did was because one of the young members came down and the bus got off in 20th Street and just took off on the homeboy. Little man just blazing. Beep, 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 beep. And while Little man was getting jumped, he tried to book him. So he hit him a couple times in the arm, but he never got the head, the face, nothing. He took off running. So Little man, he was new to the hood. He wasn't even jumped in. So the homeboys came and questioned him like, you straight? He like, yeah, I'm good, fool, don't trip. So that night, that's when the ice broke. Because we felt like the homeboys had sent him to do that dirty, nasty, disgusting ass job. But Frost and Kid didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, the homeboys was unsatisfied, so they kicked off the war. They went back there about 15, 20 deep to destroy everything in their path. That's how 20th Street and MS14 started the war. And here comes the tricky part. A lot of the homies used to be skeptical, myself included. Not afraid, but skeptical. And I'll tell you why. Because the homies from the MS, they used to be from the hood. So they knew our tactics. They knew the way we move. They knew how we get down. They heard things. They moved in and out of the neighborhood. So what we did with the homeboys was that we changed names to numbers. Well, these fools won't get us. Figure out about them. Well, they tried to take a couple of people off. I remember one night before my homeboy Mahmoud got hit, them fools came down. And it didn't happen because I vote. So we stayed back. But it got ugly because they came down. They went to the little park, opened the gate, and just started booking. Pa, 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 pa. The homies that were on the other side of the gate heard the things landing on the gate and on the wall, and trying to launch into the bathroom, stuff like that. They came in and they were like, that was a norteño with a... We didn't know that until he was passing by. He started yelling, MS14, 14. That's when we knew they were a threat. That's when we knew that we either had to cut it from the roots or this situation was going to get worse. But the war with us lasted probably the longest was like a year. It didn't last very long because we did what we were supposed to do. A lot of work got put in them. We took out, we left 2 people. They had just jumped into the dudes from the MS14. The homies didn't do nothing to him because he was young and everything. So they just told him basically, let them know that we still respect our families and we still respect children. We still haven't changed our morals. And little by little, a lot of the MS14 dudes either went to prison Well, a lot of them ranked it because they were going back to a motherland. Rhino from MS14 went back to the motherland just to get butchered over there. Once the homeboys pull up, man, what's up, fool? Where you from? He was like, oh, I used to be with MS14 from over there. They didn't care. They butchered him. They butchered him to the point where they opened his stomach, took out his tendons, fed him to the dogs, cut out the arm, and a bunch of a little bit of craziness. Sorry guys, I haven't got my insulin. Gotta go get it right now because I barely came in home and I was like, gotta do the videos. But for those of you guys that been in first that didn't know what was going on, there was MS14. There used to be MS14. And they left away with their tail tucked. And some of them enjoyed the Norteño movement. Some of them just became civilians. They were like, we cool. We don't want to keep going through this bullcrap. Which is okay. Now, MS14 was a neighborhood. MS14 did shout at us. They did give us the blood and everything. But we didn't lose not one homie. They lost a few, but we didn't lose not one homie. Our reaction to their action was exactly how we expected. So they would act, we would react. And we knew better. So with that being said, man, I hope you guys like it. This MS14 video gave you guys a little bit of description on how I met. Why I started, how. I'm going to dip into a lot of more details a little bit on the road. But you guys already know, man. Like I tell you guys, look, be kind to one another. If you got a second chance, make it worth it. Make it count because it only comes back around one time. So take advantage of your second chance. Let's get it.